So let's say that the compassionate regulation has quite a low bar. So pretty much if you have a doctor prescribing the commercial name of your product and this patient goes to ANVISA and asks for an authorization, you can have a product in the market at once. That said, we have probably more than 200 companies right now, 200 brands that have actually got some patients authorized to import their products into Brazil. So it ended up being a very competitive space, the compassionate one, and inefficient because these companies cannot hold an inventory in Brazil, for example. They have to ship these products from abroad every single time. So it's quite expensive. Currency exchange is not favorable right now, hasn't been for a while. On the other hand, so as the offer increased, as many more companies came in, we saw prices dropping down. So products with good quality, good COAs, and that doctors are approving, they can be bought for less at this point. And there's another issue here that, for example, Dr. Paula and Dr. Carolina are not only pioneers, but they are an exception. We don't have many doctors prescribing. So in a huge country like Brazil, who didn't have telemedicine actually regulated before pandemic, that was a huge problem. So we saw this opening up as well. But if companies want to take the next step, and they should, because again, as I mentioned, we have these two regulations working in parallel, but this will end at some point. Whenever we have a more open regulation with, for example, cosmetics, and we have more options in drugstores, we'll probably stop importing products. So if you're not in Brazil for the long run, yeah, maybe it's not the best deal to come. And for the long run, you have to invest a lot of time and a lot of money, and maybe Ivo can catch from this point on.
Thank you, Viviane. Yeah, continue what the Viviane said. The opportunities open in Brazil. Brazil is a huge market. It's important to understand in the pharmaceutical market, Brazil is the sixth market in the world. And all of them are in cosmetics. Brazil is the third market of the world. Okay, in this moment, only for sanitary authorization, it's possible for the medical product and very specific medical products. But in our consideration, it's a big market, like $500 million per year or more, only with these possibilities of ANVISA authorized now. But it's important for international companies understanding Brazilian have a specific situation for the country, not only the cannabis, for all of the medical market. To introduce your company in Brazilian market is important. You need to have a Brazilian partnership or open office of your company in the country to have the specific license in Brazil, because only companies in Brazil could be submit any requirement in ANVISA. The companies can be a Brazilian company or the owner is a foreign people. Not matter this, but it's important to have this company in the country. Okay, and important to understand Brazil is the biggest market in Latin America. It's very common for all of the other drugs the companies produce in Brazil and from Brazil export for other countries. I hope so in the future this will happen in Brazil too. And we have a big pharmaceutical industry. And in my opinion, for the international people, the opportunity is to do a partner with the Brazilians now we have many investors and companies want to sell their products in Brazil, to invest in this market. But of course, you need to adapt it for Brazilian system, like the stability studies, the type of the classified of the product. For the United States, the most part of products classified as the supply food. But in Brazil, it's not problem. Here is more like as close as Canada. Okay, the ANVISA, it's looking more Canada rules to prepare your rules. That Canada is more the similar situation of Brazil. Of course, Canada is in another status. Brazil needs to walk more to do equal to Canada, but our future is something like, I don't know in the recreative use, but for the another use, it's like to Canada.
Yes. As Silvio said, the Brazilian market is the biggest one in South America. And if here is considering a medication, of course, the educational process is the key for occupying this position, actually. So if I'm not sure, around 1% of the doctors have education in medical cannabis. So I considering that the companies should support also education here, not educate doctors, but support education. Our Federal Medical Council don't see with good eyes the industry becomes the educators, but they could support education. So in my opinion, this is missing also.